students, this is the fourth video on allied angles. In this video we shall learn how to write the trigonometric ratios for 150 degree. You know 150 degree can be written as 90 degree plus 60 degree. What is another way of writing? I will do both. You can choose only one method, only one way of writing, either 180 minus 30 or 90 plus 60. So here 150 can also be written as 180 degree minus 30 degree. Both are one and the same. First, I will write the trigonometric ratio sign for 150 degrees. Sine of 150 can be written as 90 plus 60. So 1 time of 90 degree plus 60 degree. You know 150, it lies in the second quadrant. In the second quadrant, sine and its reciprocal are positive, ASTC rule. Okay, there is odd multiple of 90 means sine changes to its co-ratio cos. Cos of remaining acute angle, it is 60 degree. Sine convention, sine is positive in the second quadrant. Cos 60, what is the ratio for cos 60 degree? It is 1 by 2. Similarly, if I express sine of 150 degrees as sine of 180 degree minus 30 degree. It is sine of 180 means what? 2 times of 90 degree minus 30 degree. 2 times even multiple of 90 degrees. So sine remaining angle is 30 degrees. Sine 30, what is the ratio for sine 30? It is 1 by 2. So for both you got the same answer. Similarly, cos 150 degrees. Cos of 150 is 90 degree plus 60 degree. Cos of 1 time of 90 means 1 time of 90 degree plus 60 degree. Odd multiple of cos 90 degree means cos changes to its co-ratio sine. Sine operating on the remaining acute angle 60 degree. And what about the sine convention? There is cos here. This cos is negative in the second quadrant, so I have to put negative sign. Minus, what is the ratio for sine 60 degree? It is root 3 by 2. Similarly, suppose I want to write the ratio for tan of 150 degree. I will write tan of 90 degree plus 60 degree. Tan of 1 time of 90 degree plus 60 degree means tan, or multiple of tan means tan changes to cot. And one more thing you know, cot, tan is negative in the second quadrant. Cot 60 minus, what is cot 60? It is minus 1 by root 3. Similarly, if you want to write for cosec 150 degree, how will write? Cosec of 1 time of 90 degree plus 60 degree. Then cosec changes to sec. Cosec is positive in the second quadrant, so I will put positive side. Cosec operating on 60 degree, there is a odd multiple since cosec changes to sec operating on the remaining angle. Sec 60, what is sec 60? It is cos 60 will be 1 by 2 means sec 60 it will be 2. Similarly, sec 150 degree, how will write? Sec operating on 1 time of 90 degree plus 60 degree. 1 time odd multiple of 90 degree means sec changes to cosec operating on the remaining acute angle. Then there is a sec here means sec according to ASTC rule, the 150 degree lies in the second quadrant. In the second quadrant our sec is negative. So minus, what is cosec 60? You know sine 60 degree is root 3 by 2. Its reciprocal cosec 60 degree is 2 by root 3. Similarly, cot 150 degree. I write cot operating on 1 time of 90 degree plus remaining angle 60 degree. 1 time means odd multiple of 90 degree. So cot changes to its co-ratio tan 60 degree. What is tan 60? It is root 3. As per the sign convention, cot is negative in the second quadrant. So I will put minus root 3. This is how we write the ratios. Similarly, I will find the ratios for 180 degrees. Where does this 180 degree lies? It is exactly on the negative x-axis. It is 180 minus 0 or 180 plus 0. Suppose I want sine of 180 degree, I can write it is sine operating on, either you can write as 90 plus 90 or you can take 2 times of 90 degree plus 0. Sine 2 is even multiple. If it is an even multiple of 90 degree, the ratio remains the same, sine 0 degree. Sine 0 degree, you know it is 0. Maybe second quadrant or third quadrant, it is 0 means positive or negative, 0 means 0 only. Cos of 180 degree, cos operating on 180 degree plus 180 itself means I can take it as 180 plus 0. Cos operating on even multiple of 90 plus 0 degree. Cos of even multiple of 90 degree means cos remains as cos only. There will be no change in the ratio. And as per the sign convention is concerned, cos 180 plus 0 ತಗೊಂಡ್ರು 180 minus 0 ತಗೊಂಡ್ರು ಕೂಡ our cos is negative in second as well as in the third quadrant. So on the negative x-axis I should put it as minus sign. Negative x-axis is there, and for cos the ratio is adjacent side divided by hypotenuse. So adjacent side is negative means cos comes to be negative in second and third quadrant because it is negative x-axis. We have minus cos 0 degree, minus as it is. What is the ratio for cos 0? It is minus 1. So I will write it as minus 1. Similarly, tan of 180 degrees. I write tan operating on 180 degree plus 0. Tan 180 means what? It's a even multiple of 90 degree. Even multiple is there means tan remains as tan only. Tan 0 degree. 180 plus 0 or 180 minus 0, it is tan 0 degree means it is, the ratio is not degree. Tan 0 degree is 0. Similarly, cosec of 180 degree. You can also write it as 1 by sine 180, or you can find out the ratio for this. Cosec of 180 plus 0. Cosec of 180 plus 0. 180 means is a even multiple of 90 degree. So cosec remains as cosec 0. You know sine 0 is 0. So cosec 0 will be 1 by 0, or you can say it as not defined. Sec, next sec 180 degree. Sec operating on 180 degree plus 0. Sec 0. Okay, sec of 0. What is sec 0? And in sec, in the second quadrant, it is minus. In second or third quadrant, cos and sec will be negative. So minus sign. What is sec 0? Cos 0 is 1. Its reciprocal. Sec 0 is also 1. So sec of 180 is minus 1. Similarly, suppose you want cot of 180. You will write cot operating on 180 plus 0. 180 is a even multiple of 180 degree, so it is cot 0. Then it is lying in the second or third quadrant. 180 plus 0, it is positive in the third quadrant, whatever may be the sign, but here since tan 0 is 0, cot 0 is 1 by 0, or you can write it as not defined. Okay, so this is how we find the trigonometric ratios. In the next video we shall see the examples in the third quadrant.